based on the heart. Introduction of heart. The heart is a muscular organ that serves to collect deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body, carries it to the lungs to be oxygenated and release carbon dioxide. Then it transports the oxygenated blood from the lungs and distribute it to all the body parts. In humans, the heart is roughly the size of large fist and weighs between about 280 to 340 grams in men and 230 to 280 grams in women. Human heart has three valves. First one, epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. Human heart consists of four chambers. First, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle. Heart consists of so many parts. Let's see one by one. First, left common carotid artery, left subclavian artery, aorta, left pulmonary artery, left pulmonary vein, left atrium, mitral wall, aortic wall, left ventricle, right ventricle, inferior vena cava, tricuspid wall, pulmonary wall, right atrium, right pulmonary vein, right pulmonary artery, brachiocephalic trunk and superior vena cava. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body through the superior vena cava, head and upper body, inferior vena cava, legs and lower torso. Left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs through the pulmonary vein. Right ventricle receives deoxygenated blood as the right atrium contracts. Left ventricle receives oxygenated blood as the left atrium contracts. Walls of the heart. The walls are located within the chamber of the heart. Function of the walls. Control the direction of blood flow, allows one-way flow of blood through chambers from the heart to the body. The four walls are the tricuspid wall, the pulmonary or pulmonaric wall, the mitral wall, the aortic wall. Tricuspid wall is an atrioventricular wall situated between the atria and the ventricle. Control the opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle. Mitral wall is an atrioventricular wall situated between the atria and the ventricle. Control the blood between the left atrium and the left ventricle. Pulmonary wall is a semilunar wall which controls the blood leaving the heart, situated between the right ventricle and the pulmonary wall. Control the flow of blood from the right ventricle. Prevent blood flow back to the right ventricle as it releases. The aortic wall is a semilunar wall which controls the blood leaving the heart. Control blood flow between the left atrium and the aorta. Superior vena cava, one of the two main veins bringing deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. Veins from the head and upper body feed into superior vena cava, which empties into the right atrium of the heart. Inferior vena cava, one of the two main veins bringing deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. Veins from legs and lower torso feed into the inferior vena cava, which empties into the right atrium of the heart. Enters from superior and inferior vena cava, empties oxygen poor blood from the body into the right atrium. As the right atrium contracts, blood flow from your right atrium into your right ventricle through the open tricuspid wall. When the ventricle is full, the tricuspid wall shut, this preventing blood from flowing backward into the atria while the ventricle contracts. As the ventricle contracts, the blood leaves the heart through the pulmonary vein into the pulmonary artery. Left pulmonary vein empties oxygen-rich blood from the lung into the left atrium. As the atrium contracts, blood flow from the left atrium into left ventricle through the open mitral wall. When the ventricle is full, the mitral wall shut, this preventing blood from the flowing backward into the atrium while the ventricle contracts. As the ventricle contracts, blood leaves the heart through the aortic wall into the aorta and to the body.